Hi, I'm Mike. A few weeks ago, we got to deal with a cranky cow with a sore leg, and today we're going to head out and check on her, and I'm going to take the chance to show you around the barn where we nursed her back to health. It's all coming up today on our Wyoming Life. Hi there, and welcome back. Each and every cow on the ranch is important, and those that live here now are part of our breeding herd. These are the cows that will continue to live on the ranch for the rest of their lives. Without them, there is no ranch. So we treat them the very best we can. And yeah, they're a little bit spoiled. Please subscribe, come to get to know the herd, and explore the ranch life while you escape the ordinary. Back in December, you may remember I ran into a bit of a problem. At first I was afraid that number 27 had broken her leg. Turns out it was just a bad sprain. But even so, she needed some help. We brought her into the barn, and although cows are herd animals, they like to be together, we had to separate her off. I could have brought her in with another cow, but I've learned through experience that having another cow around really wouldn't have calmed her down any. We also have to think about her safety and our safety. If we had another cow with her, she would have instinctively wanted to be next to that cow. We couldn't have them together while we worked on her, so that would cause a dangerous place for us to be. So the choice was made to bring her in alone. We brought her into the barn where we could try to control her better. So I know that sometimes it looks like these cows are tame, but believe me, they're still wild animals. We never know what exactly they're thinking, and every day my goal is to go home safe and in one piece. Each cow can weigh up to 1,500 pounds. That's heavier than a polar bear or a grizzly bear, and I think they can kill you just as fast. So no chances were taken when the cow was brought into the barn. Even so, she was in pain and agitated, and she managed to get her foot stuck in the gate, and I had to cut the post to get her out. But all that is behind us. That's not her. She's received a course of anti-inflammatory medication, and soon after being separated from the herd, she was slowly integrated back in, starting with some time with some older cows that were being held in the corrals, and eventually being put out with the calves, who were at the time living in another set of corrals and enjoying their last days on the ranch. Soon, we'll head out to find her, because she's now back out there with the rest of the herd. And since I've been on the road for the last few days, I haven't had a chance to check on her. I don't know how she's doing. I don't know. I do know that she was better when I put her out, but she could have hurt herself again. Seems like once they hurt themselves, it kind of reoccurs occasionally. And depending on what we find today might directly affect how long she stays on the ranch, and if she stays or if she goes. But first, from that video with bringing her in, we had to handle a lot of questions about our barn. Now, it's not a traditional barn that you may see on a farm or ranch, so I figured I'd give you a little bit of a tour. I'm standing here at the back side of the barn. I'm not really sure when our barn was built. I'm not even sure if it's really actually a barn. Originally, this structure was used when the ranch had a sales barn incorporated into it. Beginning in the 1930s, this ranch raised Hereford cows and was known across the West for their cattle, specifically their Hereford bulls. Registered bulls that each year were featured in the Western stock shows by the truckload. And then they were also sold right here in this building, where bleachers and once upon a time, a sales ring stood. Cows and bulls were brought up through one side of the barn, sold in the ring, and then brought out the other. The exit side of that barn and that operation is, at least the indoor portion, that's what became our barn. A barn, by definition, is an area where you can house livestock. And we've done a lot of that in here. It may not look like a traditional barn, but for us, it gets the job done. Inside our barn, we have 5 separate stalls. At least one is ready to go at all times, and during calving, which is coming up very soon, they're all going to be cleaned and prepped. Every year, the entire barn is sanitized using a disinfectant for agricultural applications, which will get rid of the germs, the viruses, and the fungi in order to minimize the spread of disease. Also, in the barn is our head chute, or our head catch, which we can use to hold a cow stationary if we have to perform a procedure or sometimes just an examination on her. The barn also allows us to be in and out of the weather, and it's also been a birthing area for a number of calves on the ranch. Without the barn, or whatever you want to call it, we would be in a lot of trouble. But no cow can live in here forever. So a couple weeks ago, we took number 27 and she was released out to head out with the herd once again. Now she still had a little bit of stiffness at that time, but I'd given her all the anti-inflammatory that I could. She had no infection, so that's good. But still there's the fear that she could re-injure herself. So as much as she may not like it, she does get a little bit of extra attention every once in a while. So it's time to go out and give her a little bit of that extra attention and find number 27. So we're off to find number 127. At the time though, I still had the number 27 stuck in my head. Finding a single cow in a herd of cows can be hard enough. Finding one that looks exactly like all the others is like trying to find a needle in a pile of needles. And it's even harder when you're mistaken on the needle you're looking for. I didn't realize I was looking for the wrong cow, or at least the wrong number, for almost a half an hour. I drove around and around looking for number 27. And there is a number 27 out here, but she's a red cow, and I was looking for a black cow, so she wasn't even on my radar. Back and forth, up and down the pasture I drove, double checking the same area over and over again. Cows are always on the move, so there's that to deal with, but my mistake was making my job way harder. In fact, I even drove right by her, making myself look even more foolish. I could have went back and refilmed this entire episode, or at least the parts where I knew I had her number wrong, but I thought that this whole experience might make a good point. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, everywhere. And the biggest mistake you can make is assuming you don't, or that you're better than someone else because they did. For me, making a mistake is the best way to learn a lesson. You can read a book or watch a video, but it's until you're in the moment that you realize how the mistake happened and how it can be corrected. It's easy to judge without being in someone's shoes, trust me, I know. But when I slowed down, thought through the problem, it was then that I realized the solution. It's okay to be wrong. Just don't make a habit of it. Today it cost me a little bit of time, maybe a little pride, but in the end, there she is, looking good, spry as ever, and on the move. Her injury is obviously better, the swelling's gone down, and she's healthy, ready to have her calf very soon, and continue her life on the ranch as number 127. Well, all right, that's that. We found her, number 127, not number 27. Not bad to be off by a factor of 100. But she seems to be doing well. She's up and moving, and of course, about 100 times better than when we saw her before. Thanks once again for coming along with us as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. I'm happy to be back here on the ranch. I was out back east for the last few days. I got a chance to visit Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina as we got to take a little tour, visit some friends at Michelin, and of course meet some of you guys in Winston-Salem. That was awesome. I'm really excited about the folks that came out to hang out with us. That was a lot of fun, and if you were one of them, thank you very much. We'll be doing more stuff like that as we move on through the year here on our Wyoming Life. So be sure you subscribe, hit the little bell button, make sure that you get all the notifications, and until next time, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life. Hi, I'm Mike. A few weeks ago we got to deal with a cranky cow with a sore leg. You can join us on Sunday on our sister channel, Beyond the Ranch, for our live stream. That happens on Sunday at 7 p.m. right here. Well, right there. Hi, I'm Mike, and I just flew in from South Carolina, and boy, are my arms tired. Well, okay, whatever. Today, we get to check on her and take a chance. I'm going to do some stuff. Hi, I'm Mike, and today, some other things. Why can't I talk today? I think I've been gone for a while. All right.